Hi guys. Sorry, I hadn't used my voice, and yeah. So, hi guys, it's Andres, Sonic Mainliner, and this is Vinyl Finds 101. It's been a while since I've done a video of new vinyl finds. As I said in my previous one, yeah, I need to save some money, so I'm not buying as much, and I haven't. I did buy some though. That's one thing. Second thing is I also bought some CDs, so I will be showing these basically. So the vinyl and the CD. So I'll start with the records and go on to CDs, and you can skip to wherever you want to go, or just go to another channel or watch something else, or go to Facebook or whatever. Go about your business. So yeah, starting off. What's playing in the background? Cosmic Psychos, Down in the Farm, the EP from 1985. So yeah, this is very usual if you're watching this channel often. It's like dates and things like that get muddled. Information is like not really there, but usually when I say that this is highly recommended, I stand by it. Your mileage may vary, but I truly think that this is something really good and you should check out, if I say that. So, records. Yes, so we have a few. First up, I went to well, it wasn't a record fair. What happened is we went with a friend of mine, Brick Lane, and just strolled around and went to Rough Trade East and some other shops as well. And there are some vendors that put up shop next to food stalls. Now the quality is like really crap, to be honest, but just to spend some time and see if there is anything really. We went to some of them. They were rubbish, but I did find one thing. So in the bin for £2 I found this record. I knew nothing about it, but it intrigued me. Reason why it intrigued me was, first of all, look at the cover. So it looks very punk, very DIY kind of thing. And the second thing is that it was on Blast First. So if you can see, does it say it there? Am I showing the wrong thing? No, sorry, there. So yeah, this is on a label called Blast First Petite. And it's like Blast First is an indie label. This looks punkish enough. It was for £2. I was like, you know what, I'll get it. If it's rubbish, what the hell, it doesn't matter. Check the Discogs as well, and copies are selling for £2. So it was like the market value. This came out in 2004, and it's from a band called Clang. I don't know if you can see that. And the name of the album is No Sound Is Heard. And Clang sound like Warpaint at times, a little bit like Sonic Youth at times, and it's a very good album. I'm not saying that go out and find it or anything. It won't set the world on fire, but I think that if they had the right promotion, more of them would be heard, but they just did this in a 7-inch and they disappeared. But this is really good. So if you come across this, don't hesitate. It's cheap and it's good. So keep that in mind. Then I went to another record store because that's that's a really nice way to relax for me. It's like just going to record stores and just looking through everything. Like women do window shopping, right? I do shelf shopping, I guess, just looking through things. Oh, I would buy that, maybe I'd buy that, but I don't buy anything. So anyway, I went to Sounds of the New Universe. Wanted to do my usual shelf shopping, and what happens there is usually they play something in the background. 9 times out of 10 you probably want to get it because it's really good, and this was one of those times. So they were playing this Humdono by Joe Harriott. This came out in 1969. Let's see, was it correct? Yes, I have. got it correctly. Joe Harriott is a sax player, I think. Now this is where the information gets sketchy, and yes, Joe Harriott, alto sax, yes, I got it. So he plays sax. This is a British jazz grail. It sounds like a bit of library-ish record with some female vocals and whatnot, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely amazing. Copies of this go for crazy money. This has just been reissued, and the pressing is really good. The price is, you know, fine. £16 I paid for this, and although I have to say this, that, you know, for £16 you get like a really nice, you know, it's alright, you know, the sleeve is like a regular sleeve, there are no liner notes or anything, the pressing, as I said, is really good and whatnot, but for the same price, Soul Jazz, this is not Soul Jazz by the way, it's like another reissue label which, I don't know, it's not Vocalion. Vocalion was Vocalion on vinyl. Oh, it is Vocalion. Yeah, it's Vocalion anyway. But if you look at this, for example, which cost the same, and this is a Soul Jazz reissue, it's like thick sleeve, you know, thick cardboard sleeve, you know, tip-on jacket. You know, even if they didn't do that, you know, some liner notes, maybe something, you know, just, I don't know. Am I asking for too much? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Next up, then a few weeks back, I went to Rough Trade East again, just, you know, strolling about because it's very close, you know, which is nice in some ways. Some respects, but can be expensive. Anyway, went to Rough Trade East. I was doing my shelf shopping, and then I saw two records, both of whom new releases, both of whom I wanted to buy. I was like, yeah, I would buy that. I would, and I saw it there, and it was the same price as I could find on Amazon. So I was like, you know what? Let's support my local record store, you know, why the hell not? I'll buy two albums, it's fine, it's not like, you know, I'm completely broke or anything. So, I got this one, this is Metz 2, this came out just now. Well, this is, by the way, Gangrene Dream, I was telling you about in my previous video. Anyway, this is distracting. So, because this is really good. So anyway, Metz 2, and Metz are sort of post-punk. They're more than modern band, but they are sort of classed in this kind of revival of post-punk-ish, no-wave soundish sounding bands. I've read an article about these guys and about Viet Cong. Now, Viet Cong released an album like last year, I think, or the beginning of this year, and to critical acclaim in the indie press and whatnot. I checked it out online, I just didn't find it very interesting, but this one is really good. It has a lot of energy, really good, just really good stuff. It reminds me of Fugazi as well, which is always a good thing, I guess. So do check these guys out, Metz 2. And I also bought this one, which is Lightning Bolt, Fantasy Empire, their latest album. These guys have been at it since 2002, 3 or something like that. I have a couple of albums of theirs back home. I sort of stopped checking out what they're doing when they released Hyper Magic Mountain, which is amazing. And they are a duo, drums and bass, but nothing like the Tanner Suite, for example, which is like, well, it's bass and something and flute. But yeah, so it's like frantic drums and frantic bass playing and just, you know, super distorted, very, very post-punkish as well. So there are some similarities to Metz, and it's just nuts, I'm telling you. Out on Thrill Jockey, and I have to say this, I bought it. Usually they, you know, all the Thrill Jockey releases come with a bag, you know, a fake Blake. And when I bought it, it had a sticker, this sticker, which says color vinyl, but the flap, as you can see, it's on the side of where the sticker is. So I didn't see the sticker. So I got it, came home, and I was like, oh, bummer, it's color vinyl. I hate that. You know, I'm like, oh, I don't want color vinyl. No, I'll take it back. And then I opened it up, and I saw the color of the vinyl, and I changed my mind. I mean, look at this. It's like candy. You can eat it. It's just so cute. It's like, oh, all right, okay, I'll keep that one. It's just, yeah. The other thing that is quite interesting is that I was saying in my last video that Thrill Jockey ships records with sleeves like this one, printed sleeves, but puts the records in plastic sleeves so that they don't rip. This time, in this release, they did the extra step, really, and because this is gatefold, so yeah, this is gatefold. Now, they shipped the two records, because there's two records in the set, outside the sleeve, like this. So yeah, I mean, you know, those guys at Thrill Jockey, they're record geeks for sure. Good stuff. Excellent record, by the way. Obviously, as I said, mileage may vary. I mean, if you you find it too noisy, then, you know, if you're only into jazz, well, yeah. If you're only into jazz, then you probably won't be interested in this either. This is the Swans, and this is their first EP from 1982. And yeah, this was supposed to be released on Record Store Day, but pressing plants and things like that just didn't allow, that just didn't happen. So you could actually find it now, because if it came out on Record Store Day, it would have probably been gone, and you know, you would find it very expensively on eBay. But now you can just buy it in shops, which is really nice. So yeah, this is the first EP. Obviously, the Swan sound is there, this kind of repetitiveness and whatnot, but there is a lot more, instead of that slow-moving behemoth of sound that they create, this is a lot more energetic. At some points, they remind me a little bit of the Talking Heads, for example, but a lot punkier kind of Talking Heads. If that explains it. Now, it doesn't sound anything like the Talking Heads, obviously, but it has that kind of tribal kind of feel to it, and because it's sped up as compared to other releases that they've done, it does sort of remind me of that. But yeah, so Swans, really good stuff, and a good opportunity to own this on vinyl. Sorry, my voice is gone for some reason. And this being an EP, it finished, and this was side 2, so I will put something else. Excuse me. This is a very interesting video. I'm changing records, and oh yeah, you know what? I'll put this. Yay, that's a good idea. That's nice. It's a big departure from what we were listening to previously, but you know, that's how I roll. Yeah. So, CDs. As I said, I have a new CD. Well, now it's not very new, but and it wasn't new when I first got it either, because I got it used. But I have a new CD. I had a new CD, and I wanted to buy CDs. There's FOP, which has like a buttload of CDs on cut price. So it's you know, it's a good opportunity, and there's one new release that I got on CD, which is this one, Kamasi Washington, the Epic. Kamasi Washington is a sax player. He has been playing with Flying Lotus. This has been released on the Flying Lotus's Brain Feeder label, and this is a as the name suggests, an epic 3 CD set, jazz, spiritual, everything. He throws everything. He throws a kitchen sink at it, basically. And not only that, but he goes around the neighborhood and asks for the neighbor's kitchen sink, and then takes that and throws that in there as well. I mean, look at all these people that are playing here. And it's really funny because I went to the liner notes just to see, what he has to say about, the music, or if there's any information. And it has the people that play on each song. Look at this. This is like... yeah, I mean, it's like the end of the movies where, all the credits roll. It's like tons of people. It's unbelievable. So yeah, this is very lush, very... it's just, yeah, it's epic. It is really an epic. Really good. It's going to be coming out on a 6 LP vinyl set, box set, which I would buy if I had, the money to spare and the room to spare. But I think that just getting the CD is like a more realistic approach to listening to this album. Yeah, there's been a lot of buzz up around it, and it's, it's for good reason. Highly recommended. CDs now. Yeah, well, why not? I'll stay with jazz. I got this one. This is Les McCann, Invitation to Openness. This is a reissue from recent days, I guess. This was shown by Fred Big Star 1000, and I just immediately fell in love with it. It's just amazing, amazing jazz. I don't know what kind. I don't think you cannot say that it's spiritual. I don't know what the hell kind of type of jazz it is, because I'm a jazz philistine. I have no idea. I can appreciate it, but I haven't delved enough. So yeah, highly recommended. Do check this one out. Yeah, you can find it probably used cheap, but I couldn't find a proper copy. And the type of music here, I think that sort of does benefit from digital playback. If I find a nice clean copy, I might buy the vinyl. But yeah, this one has an extra track that has nothing to do with anything with the music that is played in the other three ones, and it's a really nice one to just press play and leave it to play until the end. In FOP I found for £3 each or something like that, 3 CDs from Pharoah Sanders. So Thembi, Karma, and Jewels of Thought. Obviously Pharoah Sanders, I don't think that he requires an introduction, and these are all spiritual kind of jazz classics, I guess. If I were to choose a favorite, it would be Thembi. If somebody says, oh, what does spiritual jazz sound like, I would put this one on, because I think this is a very representative piece. Yeah, the other thing is that these releases are really nicely packaged. They come in a paper thingy. They have like liner notes and everything. They sound great, and on top of that, these ones especially, they have 30-minute songs and 27-minute songs and whatnot, which sort of work better on CD. Now, I'm not saying that if I found the vinyl I wouldn't buy the vinyl, but for £3, come on. And finally, girly music, but music that I really like. Goldfrapp. I found this as refurbished for £2. An album that I didn't have. I do like Goldfrapp, and this one is Supernature. I think this is her second LP. I saw her around the time she was promoting this album. She was opening for the Depeche Mode, and yeah, she stole the show for me. It was amazing, and I actually saw that same live on the BBC the next day, and it was equally impressive. So if I saw it on the BBC, it's probably around on YouTube. It was 2006 where was it? Don't remember, doesn't matter. if you look it up, I think that you probably will find it. And finally, Tori Amos from the Choir Girl Hotel, which I have on CD back home, but for £2 I just wanted to have it because I'm sort of testing, you know, my what it sounds like on my new equipment, well, new-ish equipment these days. And The Boys from Peely, which is like, it has a song that sort of describes a time of my life that was rather interesting. So yeah, Professional Widow, because this is a reissue, I guess, because the original wouldn't have the remix, but this is the Armand van Helden remix of Professional Widow, which sort of summarizes the summer of '96 for me. And yeah, that's it. So 20 minutes. There's one more, which I kept for the end because this is a special one. This is a special one because this is more me than any of the albums that I showed up until now. Aaron, the metal theologian, if you're watching, hiya, he understands me. He's like the metal theologian, he's showing jazz and whatnot. Same here, you know, I'm a sophisticated guy, so I showed you jazz, I'm playing jazz in the background, but deep down inside I'm a 14-year-old metalhead, and that is something that will never change, I think. And here's a release from 1984 that is sort of, in my mind, the epitome of 80s heavy metal. It's just, it is, yeah, there are bands that sort of spring to mind when it comes to heavy metal. You think of, I don't know, Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and Metallica, I don't know, stuff like that. But this is heavy metal. This is like, yeah, yeah. All right, so it's this guy. It's a band. Well, it's a guy from New York. His name is Thor, and this is Thor Unchained. Yes, look at this. Look at this. This is, you can't get more heavy metal than this, and it's such fun. You know what? Fuck it. I mean, you can find it online, but I will put it on. I will put it on for you because this is just, yeah. So yeah, this is a reissue. Now, the reissue is really nice actually. It comes with printed inner sleeve and on blue vinyl, which is right. And I'll put something on. Now, this sound, I mean, the production is terrible as well. It's been remastered apparently. Listen to this. The production is terrible. I mean, there are some songs that the cymbals sound like smashed glass or something. But look at it. There's keyboards and everything. And look at him. Look at him. Now, you can get the original for fairly cheap. I can find the UK version quite cheaply for £10 or something like that. However, the original does not have this. This is a comic book. I mean, you know, for a little bit more money, you get you get the comic book, which I don't know whether it was originally pressed or not. And look at what it has in here. It has Thor versus Kronos from Venom. Just, yeah. Yeah, anyway. I mean, this is heavy metal. This is what heavy metal was all about in the 80s. So, it's fun. It's Dungeons and Dragons and cheesy and just B-movie-ish. And fun. And by the way, this is, oh god, this is so good. This is so good. Anyway, it's 24 minutes. I don't want to keep it any longer. So yeah, what you get here, as I said, you get the record, which is remastered, and because this is an EP, and most of the good stuff on heavy metal come on EPs. So what you get is one side, the original Unchained EP, and then the Unchained EP, and then the other side has Lightning Strikes Again, which is like earlier versions of it. I'm a bit disappointed in the sense that if you stream it on Spotify, the CD version comes with more songs that are from the Unchained sessions, I guess. And yeah, so Thor, 1984, it's just as heavy metal and silly as you can get. And I just love this. This is like, when I saw it, I ordered it immediately. I didn't hesitate for a single second. I was like, you know what, I'm getting this. So yeah. So yeah, that sort of tears down the veneer of sophistication. But that is me, and this is my channel, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. So you know, you can like and or dislike the video, whatever you want to do. Leave a comment if I don't know, you were amused, inspired, or you know, whatever feelings this video rose, what, I don't know. Whatever feelings you have, you can express them on the comments. And you can subscribe if you want, you know, this kind of thing, or unsubscribe if you think this is rubbish, or stay subscribed, because I will be doing a little bit more of this. Maybe not as regular, but yeah, I will be doing some. So anyway, take care and have a lovely Sunday.